What happened to my G14 in 3 years and am I upgrading to the new model? I've worked, gamed, studied, watched movies on my laptop for around 8 to 12 hours a day, and boy do I have stories to tell. So let me share my experience and maybe we can figure out together whether ASUS laptops are actually worth it. Quick disclaimer, I'm just a regular consumer. I'm not a professional laptop reviewer, I'm not even a YouTuber. So this video might be a little rougher on the edges, but in this case it's a good thing because I've actually used the product long and hard in a way no professional reviewer ever could, so hopefully this video will be a little more unique and insightful. And with this, let's get started. Chassis quality. Starting with something small and simple, anodization on my top lid has scratched very easily. I haven't done anything special with it, it's just soft metal and way lower quality process than MacBooks undergo. I've accidentally made the ultimate comparison where I scratched one against the other. And what do you think? Mac is absolutely fine, while the side of G14 is scratched a lot. And you may think, oh, but in 2024 they have new chassis. Sure. And it's not just someone having acidic hands, no. You can now see the video from the creator called Joshua Vergara. Like, bro, what is this? And it's after a short use, just from pulling it in and out of a backpack. There is also a beautiful 2025 design for 5070 Ti and above with that thermal bump or whatever. And if Dave 2D's video has the production bottom cover, those corners are going to scratch. Ugly. Next, peeling keyboard keys. I can live with that, but it's annoying, of course, and the keyboards haven't changed much, so the same can easily happen to a new model. Then, peeling chassis. Doesn't render the device unusable, of course, but how ugly is that? Come on, I just don't enjoy looking at the device as much. And some other people got it way worse than me. Another one, crumbling plastic on the bottom cover. I've had 2 bottom covers and it crumbled on both. And if you search the web, you can find many complaints about it. An interesting one, the laptop has huge vents at the bottom, and because of the ergonomic lift design, they blow directly at the screen. Many people were concerned about the panel itself. Experience shows that the panel is fine, but my plastic screen frame is distorted at the bottom. And then dust got in between the frame and the screen, and I'm not alone here. And the finishing touch, a squeaking control key. It actually went away by itself after a few months, so I don't have a proof, you'll have to take my word for it. But it was like this. Squeak, squeak. I'd be a little embarrassed if I had to sit like that in the office. Sure, not everything is relevant to the new models, most things are, but I think it also generally says a lot about ASUS's quality of design, production and quality control. Stability. Let me start with a personal story here, it's fun, then we'll talk about other models too. When I was buying this laptop, I knew it might shut off. For example, I saw the video of Matthew Moniz.
I decided to turn on the GPU or do something to push the GPU as well, and what happened was the laptop completely shut off. So it does get a bit too hot.
But then I found other videos where it was claimed the issue has been addressed in a BIOS update and now it's solid and stable as a mountain. Because of that, when it happened for the first time, I did not take it seriously. But then it happened again, and again, and again. And in about a year, it got to the state where it could completely shut off randomly, like 5 times in a couple of hours. Nothing helped. BIOS updates, drivers updates, Windows reinstalls, choosing different performance modes, lowering processors' wattage, or limiting its temperature, or both, or playing with max switch or without. I actually didn't want to give my laptop away to the repair center and be without it for a long period of time, but at the same time I decided that I have to figure it out while my 2-year warranty is still on. Okay, I filled out the RMA form. I tried to explain in detail what was happening and what I tried so far. The form was actually giving me some random error about unsupported symbols that were never in my text. Turned out the text was just way too long, so I had to cut it down drastically to 2-3 sentences. At this point, I'm already a little bit concerned because I can't provide all the necessary information to the repair team. But I calm myself down. They are professionals. They can figure it out, right? So I pack my laptop and send it. No questions from ASUS, no way to provide any additional information afterwards. A long month of waiting. I finally got my laptop, I open it up and they've changed my thermal paste. Thank you very much. You know, I'm not an expert, but from everything I know, the laptop should never just shut off, no matter how old your thermal paste is. It should just throttle. I thought it's obvious. I was genuinely heartbroken. It might sound exaggerated, you can ask my friends, but I've spent so much time without my primary working machine, and all I got in the end was some new thermal paste. And of course, very quickly I found out that my assumptions are correct, and the laptop still shuts off. I left 1 star in the repair process satisfaction survey, and here I have to give them some credit too. They reached out to me again, proactively, asked every possible detail, were very responsive. I mentioned that based on my research, motherboard might have to be changed just so that they test that, and they persuaded me that they finally understood the issue and they will try to make it quick this time. Okay, packing and sending my laptop again, waiting for 2 weeks, bam! I opened the package and according to the report, they have no idea what the issue was, but they've changed the motherboard. So, did it help? I tested it, I couldn't reproduce it, and for a few months it was fine, but after another year, the issue came back. Under certain types of heavy load, it keeps shutting off quite often and quite consistently. Apparently, they also broke my screen frame mount while fixing the camera. It also blue screened on me once. You may think I'm just unlucky. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. If you search long enough, you can find so many of those. And think about this for a moment. Either ASUS lied to me and they never replaced my motherboard, or they did replace my motherboard and I had issues with both. I've also personally had 2 more ASUS laptops. The first one I had to return immediately because it had some serious issues with the screen and nothing helped. The second one seemed fine at first, but it blue screened on me many times when I was plugging it in and out. And its camera exposure went absolutely crazy every time there was a lot of light and bright colors in general. Other small bits. Keyboard backlight is bad. It's uneven, it bleeds a lot, and some of the LEDs seem to have died, so now my white is green and blue in some places. Also, after 2 years, the battery was at 74%, which I find a little disappointing. I used it extensively, sure, but I've never played on battery or did anything extreme, so I expected better. All in all, it's not a horrible laptop, no, I'd give my 2022 model 7 out of 10. It looks quite good, it generally performs well, it's quite portable, and I'm also personally attached to the thing. I've used it for almost 3 years after all. But at the same time, I just can't rate it any higher, because of how unreliable it has sometimes been, because of how much time and effort I had to put into maintenance, and because of how poorly the chassis has held up. I'm sure after everything you've seen, you understand. I haven't told you all this just to complain, though complaining also feels nice. Let's keep those brands accountable. Ultimately, these laptops are still great. Moreover, they're ahead of the competition in a lot of aspects, in the Windows space. But there are a few conclusions we can draw from all this if we're considering an Asus laptop. To buy with a good return policy, you may want to use it. To only go for good deals. I don't think these products are at the level of excellence that justify overpaying. Most importantly, to test the laptop extensively when received. I can't stress it enough. If the device is expensive and important to you, dedicate time and effort. Make sure it works well. And to return the laptop as soon as an issue is found. I know how hard it can feel to give up this beautiful new toy you've just got your hands on. You already feel like it's yours, you want to enjoy its benefits, you certainly don't want to part with it over some minor issues. But in the end, the honeymoon period will be over, and you'll need a reliable, long-lasting device that helps you stay productive instead of wasting your time on debugging, maintenance, and repairs. If you follow this advice, I think you might just end up way happier with your purchase in the end and save yourself a world of trouble. That's certainly what I'm gonna do if I ever decide to buy another Asus device. But what do you think? Should I ever consider another Asus laptop? I think the prices for G14 2025 are outrageous. Asus wants to charge like Apple, but clearly can't deliver the same level of quality and quality control. So unless my current laptop completely pisses me off with those shutdowns, I will either wait for a really good deal or buy something else completely. That's it. Hope it helps some of you. Thanks for watching till the end. Peace. I've worked, gamed, studied, watched movies on my laptop for around 8 to 12 years a day. I opened the package and, according to the... Okay everyone, I have a confession to make. That was how the video was supposed to end, but I actually did pre-order G14 2025 in the end. And there are a few reasons for it. First, my current laptop started crashing consistently in work-related scenarios. Previously, I thought it crashes only while gaming. I thought, well, fine, I'll just concentrate on work. But now I could crash it like 5 times out of 5 in a specific scenario while video editing. And yeah, I just feel like I do need a new laptop now. Second, I don't feel that nice about buying a laptop from Asus specifically, but the problem is, the truth is, from what I want from a laptop and from my need from a laptop, they are pretty much the only ones that at least promise that. Other manufacturers don't even promise, like they don't have the characteristics I want, personally. So yeah, even though I can't be confident that Asus delivers on those promises, I will have to follow my personal advice at least there and actually test the laptop extensively, return it if something goes wrong, but at least they promise what I want, and if I'm lucky, I guess, yeah, that will be the laptop I want. So yeah, maybe if you're interested in how G14 2025 performs, drop a comment and I can make a genuine review of that one. Thanks again for watching. Peace.